My name is Matt. My mom and I had to move away because things were scary at home. Mom said we were coming to live in a special house for a while where we wouldn't have to feel scared. The first person I meet is Jane. Jane is one of the people who works in the house, and she's really nice. She says she works with the kids who live there. She tells me this is a secret place, but this is a good kind of secret, the kind that keeps the people who stay here safe. That's why we don't tell where the house is or who's staying here. Jane shows me the outside part of the house first. She says the porch and outside area are places for moms and kids to play and hang out. In the summer, there are plants and flowers. Kids aren't supposed to open any of the doors to the outside without Mom. If I want to go play outside, I have to have Mom or one of the people who works at the house with me. When we go inside, we get to see the kitchen. All of the women in the shelter take turns cooking and cleaning up after meals. Jane says I get to help too, which is good because I can make really great sandwiches. If I want something to eat, I can ask Mom. Sometimes Jane says they will be cooking or baking nights for just kids. I like the kitchen because it smells like delicious food. In the dining room, there are moms and kids playing games and eating snacks. It looks like a fun place to be. It's where everyone comes to eat their food. I can work on my homework there too. Jane says that every other week we get to have art night at the shelter. That's when I'll get to work with Mom and make fun art projects. The living room is full of comfy couches and chairs, and there's a TV there where I can watch my favorite shows. Jane says that people meet there for support groups, which are times to talk about how we feel. There are movie days there too, which sound like fun. She also says that the women get together once a week for a house meeting where they decide the rules of the house, like bedtime. Mom says I have to follow the rules here just like I do at home. When we go upstairs, I see a hallway with lots of rooms. Jane says the house can fit up to 16 women and kids at a time. If I want to visit another family, I can knock on their door. Jane says this room is where she works. I can knock on the door anytime I want if I want to talk to someone or need help with something. There are big chairs that are fun to sit in when I want to hang out with the staff. Sometimes, Jane says that staff has to talk on the phone with other families that need help. When that happens, the office has to be a quiet place. There's a marker board on the outside to leave notes. I might leave Jane a note for later. Next, Jane took Mom and me to our very own bedroom. Jane says our room is supposed to be like a home, so we can rearrange furniture or hang pictures if we want. I get to choose my own bed, and I can bring toys in, but I have to leave food downstairs. Some rooms are for moms and kids, like us, and other rooms are for single ladies. Jane says that lots of different people come to stay at the shelter since abuse can happen in anyone's family. Sometimes people come in who have disabilities, and the staff makes sure everyone can stay there and be safe. I think my favorite room is in the basement, the playroom. There are tons of toys, books, art supplies, movies, and other things to play with. I can draw, paint, play with Play-Doh, or watch TV. There are a ton of movies down there. Jane said that people who live in our city give things to the shelter for kids to play with. I think that's awesome. I can go play there anytime I want, as long as there's an adult down there with me. Jane says that sometimes she'll talk with me downstairs about how to keep myself safe. We had to leave the house in a hurry and had to leave a lot of things behind. I didn't have very many shirts to wear, and I was worried. Jane gave us clothes, soap, toothbrushes, and other things we needed from the pantry. I also got a welcome bag with a stuffed giraffe, a blanket, a football, a coloring book, and markers. Jane said the pantry and laundry room is just for moms because that's where they store the cleaning stuff. That's okay. I like the playroom way better. Later, I get to meet the other people who work there, like Beth, Jen, and Alice, who work at night, and the other families. I like the shelter house a lot. There are other kids there I can play with. It's not scary like our old house was. It feels good to be here.